subscribers, thank you for returning for another episode. And if you are new, welcome. I hope you enjoy my content. So let's go ahead and begin talking about some of these energies of the Sagittarius full moon. Sagittarius, the key word and the meaning of Sagittarius is I see. So going along with the energies that we have felt over the last few months, especially with the eclipses that we had recently, it's all kind of tied together to us having some major endings and letting go of people, places, things that no longer served us. Also, we've been seeking stability, and also facing and transforming our fears has been coming up more recently. So these are the themes that I want to go over, right? And this facing and transforming our fears, these are very deep-rooted fears, even collective fears that are kind of coming up right now for everyone. So stay grounded during this time. Get your grounding crystals out. Highly recommend black obsidian, red jasper, and tiger's eye. Those are three, and then also black tourmaline. Those should be in your spiritual toolbox at all times, okay? Especially jasper. I actually work with jasper quite a bit, and it helps me to stay grounded, okay? Especially those of you with no earth in your chart, your astrology chart. It's very, very important that you ground during this time, because we're going through some major upheavals, okay? Some major changes, shakeups, breakups. I have seen it all, you guys. As a healer and, a growing client base, these are the themes that have been coming up for my clients and for our little collective, as I like to call it, that I read for. Really, my readings and anything you watch here on this channel is meant for the viewer. So whoever comes across this content is meant to hear it, essentially. So let's go ahead and dive a little bit deeper now into what I have prepared for you here. So, revelations and moving forward. This is another theme that we have with the Sagittarius full moon. Okay, Sagittarius is a very spiritual sign. Sagittarius is the seeker of knowledge, and especially of higher knowledge, occult knowledge, and spiritual knowledge. Every Sagittarius that I have ever known has been a student of the occult, okay, and highly interested in things like numerology, the I Ching, astrology. All of these topics are very Sagittarian. And in fact, my North Node is in Sagittarius, so I am becoming a Sagittarius in this lifetime, and that is seeking higher spiritual truths and knowledge. So I really feel like what's happening for us is that we've gone through, or we're currently going through, the big shakeup. Whatever that means for you, you'll know what I mean. Whether that was a divorce, a breakup, you lost your job, or something you really wanted didn't work out. Okay, could be something to do with a collaboration, or your personal, a business or entrepreneurship you've got going on, failed, some idea, some invention, some project, it didn't work, okay? And we're kind of, we're sitting in that energy of loss right now, okay? It's the energy of loss. It's the energy of holding on too tight, not wanting to let go. And what we need to know is that we need to remain flexible right now, okay? Very flexible, and allow the universe to kind of guide us and show us what we need to do. And this goes into the next theme, which is moving into higher beliefs. And this allows access to our psychic abilities, and even moving us into the quantum realms. We are growing and evolving spiritually here on planet Earth, as Gaia is also growing and evolving. Gaia is going from 3D up to 5D, and we are going with her. So what is happening for us right now is that anything that is unhealed within you is actually starting to be pushed up by this higher frequency and these light codes that are coming in from the sun and from the galactic center that we are approaching. Okay, we're riding, our little galaxy is riding this spiral, okay, into the galactic center where the galactic central sun is, and we're actually going to be moving to like a 0 point frequency. So what this all translates to is your bodies are becoming lighter, they're holding more light. This is what the ascension is. It's what it's all about. We're holding more light. And so what does that mean? If you have any shadow, you have any trauma, you have any unhealed, anything within you, anything that you have still avoided healing or have not wanted to face, could be stuff from the past, could be things about your own character, something you're unwilling to see. These are the things that are coming up now, and it can really kick your butt. Okay, so I want you guys to make sure that you are aware of these energies, and once you recognize them, you can kind of turn it around and realize, oh, it's not just me. This is in the astrology right now. So, you know, what you need to do is allow yourself to feel this pain, and you need to transmute it. Okay, it's about feeling, and it's about transmuting it into something else, transforming and changing your pain into light, turning darkness essentially into light. And that was the other theme that I felt with this this full moon, is that we are actually becoming like our own inner alchemists, which I thought was very cool. Now, I did have some channeled messages come in, but I think I'm going to save those for another video. I tried to include them in the energy update, and the video was just too long, so I'm just reshooting. But I will read to you what I wrote on these full moon energies in Sagittarius. Okay, we are attaining higher truths as we transform our deepest fears. We are having deep revelations and transformative changes taking place in our lives. We are coming to a place of completion and moving forward with lessons learned. We seek stability. We seek renewal in both our missions and purpose. The collective themes over the last few months have been about discernment and also about sudden and unexpected truths coming to the surface. We also experienced deep-rooted wounding and trauma that came boiling up to the surface for final clearing and transmutation. Now, either that has already happened for you or it is about to happen, depending on what stage you are in your own journey. Okay, what we are meant to do, though, is to alchemize this. And I also wrote that holding a higher faith and belief allows us to hold more light in our body and allows us to move deeper into our mission and into our own guidance, also moving deeper into our connection and communication even with our higher selves. As I have mentioned to all of you before, what ascension essentially is that your higher self, your oversoul, is downloading into your physical body. You are going to be basically a living God on the earth plane. That is how the original creation was. And those of us that are original souls, we are here to kind of go through this first and help guide the rest of you along the way. And it's not an easy thing to go through. Ascension first starts with a spiritual awakening. You might suddenly wake up one day and realize that, I no longer identify with the life I'm living. I feel like I need a change. This is where it starts. Then you start getting into, studying more spiritual things, and you kind of just get driven, get guided. You start listening to that guidance, and it leads you on this path towards self-discovery. And along the way, you start developing, depending on, if you do training or psychic development, any of those things, join a coven, become a druid, any of these things that help you learn how to harness chi and to how to harness energy, this is when you really start getting those ascension symptoms, and you start having more and more physical symptoms, plus more symptoms in your physical life, such as I no longer am in love with my partner. We're not on the same spiritual path. I'm getting a divorce now. Okay, it could be I no longer, I can't stand working this job anymore. It doesn't, it's not cohesive or coherent with my my spiritual beliefs, and it goes against my principles. So I'm not going to work here anymore. It's all these kinds of decisions as we grow and evolve and hold a higher vibration. The things that are in lower frequency in our lives actually just naturally start falling away based on the decisions that we make. So when you are living your most authentic life and purpose, everything will flow. Everything will go smoothly for you and easily. You will have little to no problems erupt in your life. Everything will be nice and smooth and streamlined and, working like a well-oiled machine, okay? But when you are in resistance and when you are kind of maybe stuck in a growth cycle, you're not wanting to push through. It could be you're not wanting to face trauma, you're not wanting to face, a truth about yourself, whatever it is. It keeps you stuck, and it keeps you stuck and stunted. And until you change that thing in your life that needs to go, whether it's that relationship, whether it's the job, or, a religion. Maybe you're just done with, being, a Catholic, okay, for instance. Maybe you're just done with being a Catholic. You can't stand the thought of that. And you want to start finding a different church, or studying just spirituality, or even, witchcraft. Crazy things are happening like this. So, and there's really nothing crazy about it. This is just a natural way that we evolve as souls, and we find our way. We find our way along the path, and we find our way essentially back to God. And that's what it's all about. And this full moon in Sagittarius energy is really asking us to hold our faith, to believe. And as we believe, we will achieve. It's kind of like the energy of build it and they will come. It's holding that faith that what you're doing matters, keeping the faith that, even if things don't seem like they're working out right now, but you're, this is what you're supposed to be doing, just give it time. Give it time, be patient, and remember that the most important thing you can do when manifesting your goals and your dreams is to not stress out. Okay, do not stress out. You need to just ground and center and live your life in joy. That's all that is required. Just live your life in joy, know you're going the right way, and allow the universe to meet you halfway. Don't feel like you have to do all the work when you're trying to get off of that 9-to-5 job, when you're trying to get off of that, working from paycheck to paycheck and actually start your own, maybe even spiritually based business. A lot of people are actually driven towards that right now. The universe will support you. You don't need to worry about the details, okay? That is for your angels to worry about, your fairies and your guides and your ancestors. They are all there. Each one of us has a huge team of angels and fairies and all of these different beings, grandma, grandpa, all the loved ones on the other side. They are rooting for us, hoping that we can do what they failed to do. And that is have this opportunity and of ascension, of actually ascending and transcending the human form in a lifetime. And if you don't know what I'm talking about the ascension of your physical body, this flesh and blood body, turning into light without dying. It's stepping up into a higher dimension without passing away. You actually transform your body. It's kind of like shape-shifting in a way. Okay, if you want to read more about ascension, I can do some coaching with you. Okay, there's plenty of things to read online about that. So I'm not going to go too much into ascension here. I have another video on that if you'd like to check that out. So let's get into some cards now and see what the energies are doing for this collective. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend. I went out to dinner and went down to the water and just had a nice time. Just a nice, quiet weekend. Beautiful, sunny out here in Washington. All right, we're using the Morgan Greer deck. I'm just going to ask the angels, guides, and ascended masters what we need to be focused on. And we had 2 cards pop out. Okay, the first card that popped out is the 1111 card. That's the soulmate card, guys. Okay, and that's also home. This is centered around home, beautifying the home, fortifying the home is the message that I'm getting. We need to focus on home right now. Okay, focus on home, focus and give our energy to those soulmate relationships and those really important connections in our lives. This is where our focus of our attention needs to be right now. And the next card that we pulled is Temperance. And that's funny, right? Isn't that funny? I pulled that. You guys saw me shuffle that. Okay, Temperance is literally the card of Sagittarius. So there's many things about this card. You have the Archangel Michael here. He's got 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on the land, signifying that he has his toes dipped in the river of emotions. Okay, and he's mixing this water between these 2 cups like a mixologist. And what he's doing is he's transforming and transmuting the energy that's in that cup. And the energy that's in that cup is the energy of emotions. And so Michael, through the card of Temperance, is asking us to transmute and alchemize our painful emotions. Okay, we need to channel them into something, whether that is art, music, poetry, journaling, crafting, writing, anything. You need to transmute that energy and that pain. You need to remember too that this energy, this pain, these memories, these things that are unlocking from your body you had no memory of or had forgotten about, okay? These energies are just coming up one more time. Okay, remember that this pain is temporary. Okay, and we also need to remember that we need to be patient right now. And this is definitely a card of divine timing. It's a card of having faith, holding faith for better things, and having that belief that it's really going to happen. Okay, that's the major component there, is belief. Believe that things can be better, and they will be better. Okay, people do not understand the power of their thoughts. All right, and anything else from the Morgan Greer for us, please? Oh, geez, the devil. Hello, devil. Temptations. Okay, we've got some temptations here, guys, and I'm seeing a fly right here. If you guys notice a bunch of flies in the house, I want you to sage and I want you to smudge. The light workers have been under attack by the false light. And many of you even that are watching this have possibly let the devil into your home unaware, okay? And how you can tell that negative energy is around: 1, you'll feel the heaviness. 2, you'll feel anger out of nowhere. You'll just be pissy and angry and just, like enraged for no reason. That's a sign of demonic entities around. but you'll also see flies, okay? Kind of like the Amityville Horror, right? You'll start seeing flies on the walls. If there are demonic spirits or entities or you know, beings around. So really pay attention to your thoughts. Keep yourself vibrating above the devil. This is how we break generational curses and deal with demons, okay? I can do negative attachment removals, but when somebody has a demonic entity possession, they have to vibrate higher than their demon. That's the only way that you can get away from your demon, in fact, is that you rise above it enough that you can actually break the cords and break the chains. But often these devils are really deeply ingrained into our family lines. And yeah, dark energy's on the rise. Also, besides dark energy, okay, let's talk about, you know, overindulgence, drinking. Any addictions of any kind need to be addressed at this time. Whether you are drinking too much, you're, you know, watching porn nonstop, or having, you know, a sex addiction, or gambling, or, you know, you're over shopping and you're overspending. Okay, we need to pull ourselves back in. We need to realize that the devil energy is upon us. And we must be vigilant and just hold our light and vibrate higher than the devil. Okay? And I'm going to do the soul cards next. This is a deck from a woman out in Whidbey Island. They do not have any words. Oh boy. Okay. That is really bad, you guys. Look at that. See, that person is just surrounded in darkness. They're trying so hard to transmute their light, but there's more dark than light right now. Do you see that dark is trying to overtake that person? So it's really, really important. If you're feeling this way, feel like you're getting taken down, you need to go in and you need to come see me, okay? If you're starting to feel like this, that you can't get back up, okay, you need to go get help. Okay, you need to go get help. Know that there's help out there. You're not alone. All of us go through stuff, and it's okay. And you know, if you need help, don't hesitate to reach out. Okay, that's really being in a lot of pain. But remember, through this massive pain and suffering comes a transformation. And very much like the phoenix rising from the ashes, once you transmute that darkness within you, there will be nothing that can ever faze you again, nothing that can ever scare you again or bother you again, because you have beaten your own demons, okay? So don't give up. Know that we're here. Your family of light is here to support you, okay? We are all the collective. We're in this together, and we all need to be here for each other. So please just hold the faith that it can get better. All right, and call your angels. Call in Archangel Michael. Okay, because this is ultimately what happens. You catch fire and you transmute your pain into the light. Look at that. Talk about transcendence. Look at those two cards together. Look at that. Incredible. That's an incredible transformation. Through this pain, you're actually becoming this. So just hang in there. It's going to be okay. All right, and I think that I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. I'm trying to keep them around 20-25 minutes. So I hope that you all enjoyed this and, you know, learned what to kind of expect and anticipate for this full moon in Sagittarius. Again, that is happening on June 3rd, 2023. Remember to put out your crystals, okay? And I just leave mine in the windowsill, honestly, where the moonlight can hit them and energize them. And also remember that the full moon is about releasing. So I would like you guys to make a list of 3 different things that you would like to release for this full moon in Sagittarius. Write down 3 things and then also make a symbol, just a symbol. It can be something simple or complex. That's up to you. Make a symbol for each of those things you want to release. And then I want you to maybe carve those symbols into a candle and then burn it and see what you want to release go. You can also just write it out on paper, take it outside and safely burn it and watch the smoke rise and release that from your system. You could also bury it, the piece of paper, or you can sink it in the water as long as it's not harmful, to the environment. So those are some ways that you can release. Of course, you can always just, go for a run or beat something up, or, whatever your way is of releasing, do it, okay? I highly encourage it, because the longer that we hang on to things, the more this kind of like rotting from the inside out happens. And honestly, we're only as sick as our secrets. So we need to be honest, brutally honest with ourselves, with others. And this is how we grow. This is how we evolve. And, we're all on this evolutionary path together. And hopefully I'm doing a halfway decent job of guiding you guys through it. So until next time, I hope to see you in maybe a couple of weeks for our next reading. And until then, please take very good care. And if you need me, I'll leave all of my information in the description box below. Take care, everyone, and I'll be back to see you again very soon. Bye.